Well, looks like Path to Glory is going to be our next promo coming up. It's been kind of leaked by EA themselves with this SBC that we'll talk about in a sec. We'll talk about preparing for Path to Glory, what it's going to look like. We'll talk about what the card movements look like, because it's honestly so easy to make coins with Path to Glory cards. It's ridiculous. And other random bits of news to talk about. I won't waste you guys' time with the preview here. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. The reason I'm on the screen is because I want to talk about the 81 plus player pick, because I am just like, okay, we get the 81 plus back refreshed once again for a week, by the way, a full week. And last night I actually grinded out, I want to say close to 200 player picks, 282 plus player picks last night using Pale Tools, not sponsored. The only reason I'd be able to craft that many is using Pale Tools, to be honest with you. And I packed one Toby Alderweireld team of the season, and that's it. So 200 of them, you get one blue to go along with 50 of the 82 plus major leagues double upgrade. 0 blues in that, by the way. And now we get the 81 plus player pick back. So that's gonna only be worse. It's the same exact player pick as the other one, except there is just one less rare and a worse rating of the player pick. So yeah, I just tried to submit this player pick, and here we are. So should I just go fuck myself now? Let's craft these on Pale Tools. I won't have any packs to open today. I apologize. Wouldn't have packed shit anyway, because who cares anymore? This pack weight's actually made me lose composure. Path to Glory Countdown Challenge came out. That's obviously insinuating Path to Glory is going to be the next promo. Here was the upgrade path from last year, which was kind of 2 years ago, and then we will go and take a look at what those cards did on the market and some things to watch out for. So keep in mind, this was obviously in November, right? So only a month and a half after the game released. And this was the upgrade path then. It's +1 inform, +1 inform, 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills, and +1 inform again for winning the final. Could we see bigger ones this time around? Potentially, definitely. We got playstyle boosts this year, obviously, right? They will start the way higher overall. And here were the cards. So looking back on these card designs now, by the way, it's kind of funny seeing, like, they don't look very good, but it's very iconic. But the cards themselves do look a lot worse than they do this year. It's kind of funny that they definitely did need a little bit of a design change, but remember, one of the easiest ways to make coins almost the entire year was on this promo. And how did you do that? Well, pretty much every single card here, maybe not a Raho, but Delaney, Choupo-Moting, Lozano, Ito, Buffal, Milik, let's see, who else? Milinkovic, Savic, Polina. This page, like all these small nations after they won a group game, absolutely went flying. Al-Dossary, can we see his price actually? You kind of can. Okay, so Monday he comes out, right? 26,000. I remember his minimum was 26.5. He ends up going up to like 45,000 coins for like 2 hours. Remember, they beat Argentina, which kind of sounds funny thinking about in hindsight, but they beat Argentina in the groups. And this card doubled in price almost from like 25,000. And almost all these cards were just sitting at their minimum price. It was virtually a risk-free buy. And any live cards that are at their minimum price, despite however you think, you know, Saudi Arabia is probably not going to win anything. Oops, they did win a game. Oops, you double your coins. No matter what you think about how bad the team actually is, it is always worth buying cards that are at their discard price that are live, because you never know what could happen. If you want to take a gamble and buy 1,000,000 coins of an Al-Dossary 2.0 this year, whatever that card is, you could make an absolute boatload. So other trends other than that, after a team wins a game, you almost always want to get rid of it before they get any sort of upgrade. If they were to advance, say, to the knockout stages, you almost always want to sell a live card before they actually get the upgrade. That's a good rule of thumb for you guys. And there's the card design for Path to Glory as well. It will look like that. I was seeing a bunch of like concepts with this card design. I just saw him Mbappe one. Where is it? Oh, really right here. And 4 playstyle pluses looks absolutely insane, by the way. And yeah, Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, by the way. Officially been confirmed now by the club itself. This is the team of the tournament design, though. That is not the Path to Glory design. But okay, now we did get word that the Copa America is going to be fully licensed into FC24. Now, we figured that after we saw some pack leaks regarding Copa America packs. But I'm very curious what they'll do with this, because I would like to see something really cool for this, like a whole promo, maybe even with the Copa America stuff. Maybe even tie it with the Euros. Obviously, they can do that too. But has Copa America ever been fully licensed by FIFA, or not FIFA, sorry, EA, I guess? Has it ever been fully licensed before? I'm not sure it has. So we could actually see more content regarding the Copa America this year, which I think would be awesome. More stuff tied to real life, I think, is great. And we've heard nothing in terms of like card leaks or leaks at all really about it. So maybe we won't be seeing much, but obviously that could change. And subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything Shameless. And also, I want to say that this Thiago card did get leaked that came out today, but it was leaked like 3 to 4 hours before content. So once again, looks like they're coming out pretty late. We've heard nothing about the card that will come out today. We actually have seen this though. FIFA Trading Romania was replying to somebody saying Cruz this week, question mark. He said never ever with the frowny face. Now I have no idea if he's being sarcastic here at all, but it's all he elaborated on. He said nothing else. And then also FUT Zone with the classic. He didn't delete this one though, which I'm kind of surprised by. Boom, Marco Reus and Toni Kroos will both release tomorrow's SBCs for the UCL final. And now we have word that Toni Kroos might not even come out at all apparently. So well done FUT Zone. Also Fran Kirby and Medema have both left their clubs after a long stint with them, Chelsea and Arsenal. Women's league, so we could see those cards as well if there's no Toni Kroos. I don't know why there wouldn't be. I would be surprised, but apparently it looks like there's a chance that it won't be. We also have no update on the Champions League final SBC in terms of the E-Champions League final icon SBC. No update. So is this ever coming out? I don't know. Do I know anything? Probably not, but okay. Why am I on the screen, you might ask? Well, next thing I want to talk about is actually kind of a fun little thing we can think about for FC25 right now, is that we're getting towards that part of the year where head-to-head updates are done, and we can kind of get a little bit of an inkling of what FC25 ratings are going to be. And also there's play styles, so we have got new play styles for certain players as well. Some players have been given play style pluses, some have changed, some have been taken away, that we can look at that possibly for FC25 means that those changes could happen in that ultimate team as well. Every year there's a good few changes that you can see in head-to-head first, and then see what the ratings will look like in next year's FIFA. They're not like exact one-to-one copies, but some of them are, and they're pretty good to look at in terms of just seeing where things might go. So Phil Foden was given first touch plus, right? He has no playstyle plus in the game at all. In terms of his card on release date, right? Julian Alvarez has been given press proven plus. He had no playstyle plus as well on release date. So there's things like that that I can make a list for and kind of make a separate video about, and maybe if you guys are interested in that, we can make you know, a full-on video just showing all of the changes, all the additions, all the takeaways that have been added in terms of play styles and stats. You know, Foden's up to an 87, right? And that's what his ultimate team card would look like right there. So just things like that might be fun to do. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Checking out the ultimate TOTS prices quickly here as well. We're starting to see some cards kind of flatten out in price. Some continue to drop. Some have maybe gone up a little bit. Like Jude Bellingham, I think, was at like the 3.9 million range, back up to 4.1. Messi was at about 3.4. He's at 3.66. Some are rebounding, but some are continuing to drop here. Like Holland obviously keeps going down. Declan Rice keeps going down. But the weird thing is these cards at minimum price are just not changing. I don't know what EA's plan with this is. Harry Kane, Lautaro Martinez, Lauren Hemp, Lewandowski, Dabinia, Koulibaly. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on, and they're not changing them. So I don't know what the deal is here. Harry Kane, if you have him, try and sell him. He's been 801k for like 2 days now. I'm sure he's going to go lower than that when his price range gets updated. If you have some of these cards, I would try and get out as fast as you could. Like if you happen to have a Lauren Hemp in your team tradable, I would get out as soon as you could. Same thing with Lewandowski. Cards that have been minimum price for a long time, obviously I would want to try and get out of those cards. I still think actually that buying team of the season's on Division Rivals Rewards Day, after Rivals Rewards have come out for a couple hours maybe. I think that's going to be a decent time to buy these. Path to Glory cards are going to be expensive, right? We know that's going to be the next promo. They're live cards. They're never that cheap, despite however good the card might look. They might even look worse than some of these team of the season cards. They're going to be super expensive because they're live. The hype is there. If icons and heroes come with it, they're probably not going to be super cheap either. So there's a pretty good chance actually the market does pretty well for like this weekend, at least for like a week, for these TOTS cards that were in Ultimate that have been packed a lot, and you can make a pretty good buy here actually. Okay, let's read some of your comments. And I also wanted to say with the first one here, Ovitz asked, I had both Gina, I think Ginola, and Rude Winter Wildcard went with him. I was getting a lot of questions like, do I Evo this player or do I Evo that player? And a lot of it, honestly, with evolutions is going to come for me, for what you need in your team. And many of the questions were actually Ginola or Hullet. People had both in their clubs, and that was kind of the question I was getting asked the most, which, by the way, embarrassment of riches. Congratulations. But if you were picking between those two, it's whatever you need in your team more. If you don't think you need attackers very much, Hullet's going to be a more unique option for you. If you don't think you need midfielders very much, go and get Ginola. It's kind of a team-based thing, in my opinion. I don't know which one's going to be that much better to where you have to select it. Marcus says, great video as always, and I would like to pick your brain. I have 3.5 million coins and feel I need a really good box-to-box center mid. I had some crazy pack luck, but mostly attackers, ... Vinny pulled him twice, good God. Chewinga, Lauren James, layout, but nothing special in the midfield. I play a ratty 5-3-2, holy fuck. The only way I can enjoy the game, fair enough. VDS, Basha, Rio, Araujo, Bisek, Ona. In the midfield's Gundo, Lothar, and Abley. Yeah, you definitely could increase or like upgrade that. Vinny and then whoever I feel like, thanks. Well, yeah, what I would say, if you want box-to-box midfielders, there's one option here that I think you actually have a Serie A look at your team with Bisek. You've got a lot of icons, so you can make it work. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I just want you to try him out, okay? I don't know how this card ever leaves my team until I get another 6'3" lengthy midfielder with somehow better stats than Loftus-Cheek. That card has single-handedly dominated my midfield for the last 3 weekends, and he's not left my team, and I don't plan on him leaving my team at all. I actually don't. I've been getting ranked 2 every fucking weekend, and he fits right in. It's like one of my best players in the team. Loftus-Cheek, I would definitely try as a box-to-box midfielder. And also with this midfield 3, I would like to ideally have, Lothar Matthäus is kind of a box-to-box guy. Gundo is also sort of box-to-box, and Abley is too. Like, you kind of have 3 of the similar roles here. I don't know if you really want that. Maybe your 5-3-2 tactics sort of make you play with like 3 of the same midfielders, but I would ideally like to have at least 2 different styles in there, where a Loftus-Cheek can be in there, and a holding midfielder can be in there, and either attacking one or another box-to-box one. I don't like when I have 3 of the same midfielder in there that's kind of a similar role to each other. Maybe these guys aren't even in the same roles, but bear with me for a sec. I almost feel confused in my attack. Like, I don't really know which ones to go for. I need more of like a structure to it. Maybe you don't need that, but that's kind of what I like to do with my midfield when I have midfield 3s. JG, at first I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Conor McGregor voice, who the fuck is that guy? But your content is be good, man. Keep it up. Much love. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate you staying here. The most upvoted comment yesterday was talking about bad pack weight, basically. Opening a shit ton of packs, you're getting 0 TOTS. Yeah, the pack weight sucks ass. And that unfortunately seems like the future of Ultimate Team. A ton more packs to earn, and then just less pack weight, because maybe they've figured out that the more times you open a pack, the more likely you are to be addicted. Therefore, we're gonna send out a bunch of packs but make the pack weight suck. Instead of before, where it was like, when you get a big pack, you're probably getting some good in it, but it's harder to earn that big pack. I'm assuming they figured out, hey, actually we can give them a big pack, make it a little bit harder to get something, and then they're just gonna be more addicted, actually. Get those psychologists on tap for those 13-year-olds that are now gambling, because surely that's fucking legal. It actually is legal, but should it be? Obviously, I think we all know the answer to that question. Hey, if I said thank you for being here before, thank you for being here. Subscribe for all kinds of content on the channel. I love you all. Since we were so peace.